What is up, guys? In this video, we're going to combine the hero game over animation with the collision detection. So to do this, we are going to implement the rest of our game over method. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to stop the ground, we're going to have to stop the generator, the obstacles that are generated by the generator, and also initiate the hero animation. So that sounds like a lot, but it actually isn't going to be too difficult. So right after we say is game over equals true, let's just call ground.stop. Now I don't think we have this implemented yet, so let's just jump into our CC ground class. Let's create this stop function. And I will just bring this up here. And all we have to do here is we just have to say remove all actions, because that's the only thing that's keeping this ground moving. So just like that, that's going to stop our ground. If we go back into our game scene, we are now going to stop our generator. So this is going to be a little bit more involved. So we're going to say generator.stop, and we're going to go into this generator and we're going to do a few things here. So first, let's create that stop function. So there are two things we have to do in this stop generator function. We have to invalidate the timer so it doesn't keep generating obstacles. And also we have to grab all of the current obstacles that are on the screen, and we have to stop those as well. So to do this, for the timer is easy. We can say if timer does not equal nil, timer.invalidate. So NSTimer has this invalidate function. Basically, it just it destroys the timer. It sets the timer to nil, and no more obstacles will be generating. The reason we check if timer is equal to nil or not is because we don't want to call a function on an object that is nil. So after this, we are going to be stopping all of the obstacles that are currently on the screen. So because at this moment we're just adding the obstacles to the screen, we don't have any way to access them after we've added them. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an array up here just called obstacles. And it's just going to be an array of CC obstacle objects. We're just going to add the obstacles to this array every time we add them to our scene. So right here, we're going to get rid of some of this repetition. You see that we have add child obstacle, obstacle.start, and that repeats 3 times over. We're going to create this new function called handle obstacle. And this is going to be called in all three of these functions right here. So we can just say, instead of all that, you can say handle obstacle. And we also have to make a parameter in this function to allow us to pass in the obstacle that's created in the other 3. So I'm going to say obstacle CC of type CC obstacle. Then we can say handle obstacle obstacle, and do this in the other 2 functions as well. Handle obstacle obstacle. Awesome. So now we've got rid of some of that repetition there. Now before we actually start this obstacle, we can add him to the obstacles array. So I'm going to say obstacles.append obstacle. And if you're a little confused as to why we're creating this array right now, that's going to be explained in just a second. Now that we have all of the obstacles within this array, in the stop function, we can go through the array, iterate through it, grab each obstacle, and stop it individually. So we can use this for loop down here in the stop function. We're going to say for obstacle in obstacles, obstacle.stop. Okay, so now we need to implement the stop function in the CC obstacle class. This is going to be pretty easy. It's going to be similar to the grounds. I know it's a lot of stop functions, but we just have to make sure everything comes to a halt when the game is over. So we're going to say stop, remove all actions. And that should remove this infinite move left action that we put on it when we started it in the first place. So that should be good. If we did everything correctly for our generator, let's jump into our game scene. And awesome, we have our generator.stop working. And last but not least, we call our die function on our hero. So in the let's uncomment out all of the normal functionality now, and let's see if we did this right. So I'm just going to run it really fast. And let's tap here. Okay, so we have our hero running. His first obstacle, he hits it, and this is not working because we need to actually, again, be sure you call the function in the place that you need it called. So I'm sure you guys can guess, in the didBeginContact function, we still only have print here. The game over function is never called. Just call game over right there. Let's run this one more time and actually get the code that we just implemented running. So we tap, guys running. I try to jump, hit an obstacle, and I get launched backwards. Everything stops, and awesome. If we click again now, it's also going to call the restart function because the isGameOver boolean was set to true. So in the next video, we can actually implement that, and we can get a pretty good working game.